This is how I edit videos. I don't bother. This is Ronnie from YouTube. Thanks for watching. I don't bother. What am I trying to say? I'm not cutting videos and all this stuff and taking all that time. I'm just gonna film my. I'm just gonna play this clip and I'm gonna film it because I don't want to spend time downloading this, cutting it all in and all that stuff. Let's hear Mark Tassi preaching. This is so funny. I think this is so funny.
You know, the Vegspiration tent,
So he's talking about being at Veg Fest.
whatever it's called. I don't know. They're talking about fruitarianism. Well, anybody else have experience with that? You know.
So Mark, Mark goes to LA Veg Fest and there's a panel on stage that includes Mick the Vegan and Ryan and Angie from Happy Healthy Vegan, and they're talking about fruitarianism.
And they're talking how extreme it is, and somebody up there on the stage. I don't know where they get these people on the stage. Who are these people? They have big YouTube channels. That's it, right? What are their qualifications? What's their experience? So one girl is talking about her sob story about how bad she felt on a fruit diet and how extreme it is and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there listening to this nonsense. I walk up right up to the front. I'm right standing up near the stage.
So this is amazing. I think this is so funny, this video, and I'm just loving what comes next.
When she's done, I gotta say something, right? How am I supposed to listen to this rubbish? You know? So I gotta say something. So I shout, humans are frugivores. So now here I am heckling the panel on the stage. But how do you just like listen to that utter rubbish, right? And then so Mike the Vegan, he's got an answer. He says, "Oh, Mark Tassi." You know, he knows who I am. I suppose.
Oh, this is so funny. I think
Everybody knows who I am. I'm this extreme nutter that preaches this extreme diet according to the vegans. He's got an answer for me. Well, we have Mike says we have a fructose intolerance, so you can only have so much fructose, and then you have an excess of fructose, and you'll have a bloom of bacteria if you eat 10 bananas. It's like utter freaking rubbish. I mean, where does he find these studies? You know, and who do they do these studies on? You know, did they give people fruit after they had a full course meal, or what? You know. So anyway. And then he said, we could talk about it later. And I said, no, we'll talk about it now. You're talking about fruitarianism? We're going to talk about it right now. So he kind of dismissed me, and then the next guy starts talking, and then the next guy says, you know, it's not good to eliminate any of the macronutrients from your diet. So I shout, you can't eliminate macronutrients from your diet if you're eating whole food. You know, and he's talking about how fruit has no fat, which is utter complete rubbish. You know, fruit has at least 5% fat. Of course, there are the more fatty fruits like avocado.
I just wish I was there, standing beside Mark, heckling as well. It would have been so funny. But yeah, so I don't know why fruitarianism's getting attacked anyway.
But not even talking about avocados. The low-fat fruits all have at least 5% fat. And so the guy doesn't know what he's talking about. It's unbelievable. Mike the Vegan says, well, we used to be fruit eaters, but now we're starchivores, really. So we're just like birds, right? Who are obviously starch eaters. We're just like birds now. Then why do we have to cook it if we're starchivores, you know? So it's utter and complete rubbish. That camp is clueless, yet there they are at VegFest, sitting on the stage as a panel of experts, really? And there I am heckling these people. What can I say? That was the experience. I thought.
So I just was watching that video. I just thought the story was so amazing, and I thought it was so kind of brave of Mark to be heckling and all that stuff. I think that's really funny. But yeah, I don't really know. A lot of people are trying to blame fruitarianism for people going off of a vegan diet, and I think that's probably why it came up. That people are saying, oh, a lot of these people try to be fruitarians and all that. And none of the people really that have come off a vegan diet, none of them really were trying to be fruitarians. Maybe Tim Sheaf for a small amount of time, but he didn't do it for a very long period of time. You can't really do the diet in a month. If you go on fruit for a month, there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen, and you're not going to get to a point like a plateau very quick, and you're not going to get rid of your addictions and all that stuff. So it's not a very clear test of the diet. Elise probably did it a little longer, but she was always raw vegan. Ravana was raw vegan, but neither of them were like raw vegan consistently for years at a time. They were both on and off and stuff. I don't know if Ravana was really raw a lot of the time, but that's just what I hear people say, that people met her and she wasn't eating raw or whatever. So none of these people that went away from the vegan diet went away from it because they were fruitarians. There's a lot of people that have had bad experiences as fruitarians, but that's where we're trying to give good education with the UK Fruit Fest, with other things about the diet. And you cannot do a fruitarian diet like any other diet. It is a different thing. You cannot jump on it and think that you're going to work it out yourself. And I'm not saying this just to try and sell you the festival or sell you coaching or whatever. I'm being serious about this. I want to make sure this is still filming. Right, okay. I'm being serious about this. Too many people try it, and the smartest minds of the last 100 years tried a fruitarian diet and couldn't last because they didn't eat enough. And it takes a bunch of people to come along. And one of the reasons I give Doug Graham a lot of credit, some of the people that came before him, but for me, you go Doug Graham, and there's maybe a few other people you can look at the same time, but most of them aren't still eating a fruit-based diet. But you go Doug Graham, T.C. Fry, Herbert Shelton, and you go back in that list, and they were all kind of saying a raw diet, but Doug Graham was the only one who did a raw diet and still does it to this day, and has shown other people how to do it. So I have to give him major credit for that. And all he did was he looked at the numbers of the diet. He actually looked at it in a rational, scientific way and said, you need to eat a lot more fruit in order to get enough calories, carbohydrates and everything else. So it's not an automatic thing that you're going to go on a fruit diet and you're going to eat enough. You can have problems, but the main problem of deficiency is not eating enough. That's it. That's the main issue that people have. In terms of human beings being starchivores, I don't know, that's probably not starch, but this banana skin is starch, I guess, and there's a bunch of stuff that's starch. It doesn't digest, we can't really digest it that well. We have to cook it. And then when we cook it, we have to add things to it to give it some flavour and all the rest of it, and that's life. But and that's starch. But the idea that we are starchivores, we don't have an ability to find starch. So all of our innate instincts in terms of finding and eating food are still all in place for frugivorous behaviour, for being able to see the colours of fruit, for the taste of fruit, for knowing, that's acidic, that's too bitter, we've still got all those things in place, our eyesight, our feeling, and all that stuff. So yes, if people want to argue scientifically in the studies, there isn't a lot of studies there about people eating a fruit-based diet long term. But there is tens of millions of years of primate behaviour eating mostly fruit diets. So it's one of those ones where you say, well, where is the weight there of evidence? Is it in the 100 or 50 years of human scientific research on diet, which is basically only saying that the modern diet's pretty bad? That's mostly what it's saying. Or how about we change the way we look at all of this? How about we change the whole thing around and look at it in another way? And I love Mark Tassi. I've met Mark a bunch of times. he inspires me, and you know, I don't think I agree with everything he says. I'm sure he doesn't agree with everything I say, but we're both seeing that truth. How can we get beyond it? This is the problem with it. I would love to go and eat anything I wanted, and it have no effect on me, and tell you all that I feel good. Like when people say to me they went raw and then they went off raw and they felt the same, I'm like, did you even eat raw? Like, how could you feel the same? I don't understand. I don't understand how you could have the same feeling from one to the other. I don't get it, right? But go and follow Mark Tassi on YouTube, Tassi, and he's got a lot of good things to say. And he's a very fit guy. He doesn't show it that much on his channel, but he is high level cyclist. And I guess he's out there in LA a lot of the time, so maybe you can hang out with him sometime if you find him. Yeah, thanks for watching the video. Big thumbs up to Mark. I thought that was really funny, really really good. You can't let, when we've got this obvious truth and everyone else doesn't seem to see it, it's hard not to want to express it. And I would have probably walked out. I might not have heckled. I would have probably walked out, but I probably wouldn't have went to the toilet. I don't know. I would have maybe asked some questions, just some basic questions, because I'm happy for them to say, you know, the benefits of starch-based diet over conventional diet, and many other things, and the SAD diet, the animal products diet, the processed food diet. But you can't put starch in the same league as fruit. You cannot put it in the same league. You've got to admit that you're eating that out of convention, out of the fact that's how you're brought up, what you're kind of brought up to eat. A lot of them won't admit addiction, but that's part of it, and all these other things. So I would be happy for people to say, for example, that they think the raw diet's difficult for people, not practical for a lot of people, so they want to reach more people. They want to say, you know, they understand it's probably better nutritionally, but you're just trying to make people take one step first before maybe thinking about that or whatever. But they're not saying that. They're kind of saying that it's inferior, that it's worse, that it's a bad diet, that you're not getting enough. And then they say you're not getting enough, and it's like, what are we not getting enough of? You know, what is it? And it is kind of weird. It's like we should be deficient, but we ain't that. We ain't deficient. I don't know why, but we ain't. So thanks for watching. Subscribe. Go and check out Mark's channel and some of his stuff. And also, I've just opened up a competition if you want to win a free ticket to UK Fruit Fest. So I'm testing out the competition page. You can go and sign up there if you like for the competition, fruitfest.co.uk/competition. You can sign up to try and win a free ticket or some free t-shirts and things like that. And the idea with the competition is if you help to promote the festival, you get more chances of winning. So that's the way that this competition is set up. So thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing. I hope to see some of you at Fruit Fest, and we'll see you in the next video.